G'day, welcome back to RC Model Reviews. I've got a bunch of stuff in for review, so a not so weekly news for another year. The guys at Hobby Porter have sent me more smart chargers. They're nailing it with these little chargers. Brilliant, they're fantastic, these little chargers, so capable, such a small package. Brilliant, I'll be reviewing that very shortly. A kind gentleman, Norm, sent me this, and in here is a glow plug. It's a glow plug, but it's not an ordinary glow plug. It's a glow plug that enables you to convert a nitro motor to gasoline, or if you live outside America, to petrol, because we don't have gasoline outside America, we have petrol. I'm really interested to try that because I've got a internal combustion engine model on the building board, and I'd really rather run it on gasoline and oil than use expensive nitro fuel. So I've got a number of engines. I'm going to try a couple out, see how it goes. Stay tuned for that. If you've got old nitro engines laying around and you have had enough of buying expensive nitro fuel, this could be a game changer, these plugs. I know people have used them before and they seem to work quite well, but I'll tell you how I get on. But the thing you're all wanting to know about is this. And I've got too much exposure on my camera. You probably can't read it because it's too bright. Anyway, it is the Radiomaster TX16S, and it's in this box. It arrived, I got mine late because of the lockdown things. Everything's slow here. The couriers are inordinately slow. It took over a week to get to me after it landed in New Zealand, although it took a couple of days to come from Hong Kong. And here it is. Look at that. Isn't it brilliant? Yeah, actually, to be totally honest, this container is one of the best bits, honestly. I use my QX7 a lot because my QX7S came in a lovely carry case and I can throw it in my pack. I don't have to worry about it getting broken because the carry case protects it as I wander around throwing my pack around. That's why I use my QX7 ahead of a lot of other radios at the moment, because it's just protected in that little case. But this comes in its own little, if I can open it, how do I do it? Oh, I've lost, here we go. It comes in its own kind of, it's not polystyrene, it's some kind of foam box. And that's brilliant because I can throw, it provides full protection. I can throw this in my pack, and that means this becomes another radio I can carry around along with the Tango 2 and a few other things. So that's that small thing, but it's a really important thing. So I'm out here today because I'm going to do a deep dive. Take it apart, have a look and see how well it's made. I'm going to compare it to the, obviously to the Jumper T16. It can be a side-by-side comparison because you all want to know what's the difference. What should I buy? Should I sell my Jumper and buy one of these? Everyone's going to know that. Want to know that. So I'm going to do that. And I have coming the Jumper T18, the successor to this radio. It's going to be a busy week if the T18 arrives. It's going to be a busy next few weeks here at RC Model Reviews. Got a lot of stuff and people want to know this because first of all I thought, well, no, people probably aren't going to be buying new radios, are they? Why would you buy a new radio? Because most people have got a radio that works just fine. But then I thought, well, hey, most people, have got Tyrannus, the X9D. I've got one. I've got a couple of them. And my original is actually getting a bit old and tired. It's getting worn out. The gimbals are worn and the switches are getting a bit rattly. And you think, maybe it is time to upgrade. Maybe there are a lot of people who bought Tyrannus radios and are thinking, I really need to buy a new radio before this one lets me down. And also with the current situation with FreeSky, where they're trying to lock everybody out of everything, there's almost a principle involved where you wouldn't want to buy a FreeSky radio. So a lot of people are going to be looking, do I buy the Jumper TX16/18 or do I buy the Radiomaster TX1618? Well, I know people are going to want to know that, so I'm going to do a side-by-side lineup, testing three radios, the 9XD, the Tyrannus, the Radiomaster and the Jumper, and the new Jumper side by side. Tell you what the pros and cons of all of them are. We'll look inside, find which is the best made radio, and all the different quirks and foibles of these radios. You hopefully will be in a much better position to make your mind up as to which one will suit your needs. There you go. So yeah, what do you think? Also coming up very shortly, which will not interest many of you, but I'm reviewing the camera, the 4K camera that I've been using recently on my XJet channel. Not reviewing, I'm going to give you some first thoughts, the things I don't like about this camera. This is not a review, this is a why would you not buy this camera? And I'm going to point out all the things, and I've got a long list of them, and I've lost the list, but I've got a list of things that I was not totally happy with this camera. So yeah, it's a different kind of perspective. Why would you not buy this camera? So if you're interested in cameras, if you want to buy a camera yourself, you're probably not looking at spending $1,500 US on a camera. But if you were, you might want to watch that. I expect it'll be a slightly different audience to my usual viewership. So if you don't want to watch it, ignore it. You miss nothing if you don't watch it. Don't worry about that. Now, if you've been watching my XJet channel, there's some very interesting things going on in America. People flying drones in the wrong places, all sorts of rubbish like that. It's it's really annoying. And I've started a new Facebook page. I don't like Facebook, but it's the simplest way to do it, called which is a starting point for the International Model Aviation Safety League, which is going to be a body set up to represent all model flyers, drone flyers, anyone that flies remotely controlled vehicles in the air. And because there is no global body to represent everybody and to use the weight of numbers, it's fallen on me to do it. I've been waiting and hoping for someone to do it, but no one's going to do it, so I'll have to do it myself. So I'll give you more information on that. Stay tuned to my XJet channel. I'll be putting most of that stuff on there because that's where I think it belongs. And if you want to join the Facebook page, I'll put a link in this description you can go to, and you can sign up there if you want to. Not much happening yet, but I'm going to do a couple of videos in the next week or so, just outlining what I think we should be doing, where should we be going, and what the whole purpose of this group is for. Now, things I've seen out there in the marketplace, the Bite Frost 2, or the new Bite Shark, or what, I don't know what they're calling it, whatever, the competitor to the DJI digital system, it seems to be gaining a bit of momentum now. They've brought out a new version and it's going to fit on your goggles and it all looks good. It looks good. So I doubt they'll send me one. I'm not asking them to send me one. I don't expect them to send me one, but if I can get my hands on one in some way, shape or form, I will endeavor to do a comparison, a side-by-side, a review of the product, but it is still in early beta, but it is looking much better than it did look before. So, hey, who knows? Hopefully we'll see some real competition in the digital FPV marketplace. I'd be a starter for that. Something else I noticed was that Autel won a lawsuit, or actually they won I don't know if it's a lawsuit, but they won almost an injunction against DJI. It's not an injunction yet, but a trade body in the USA ruled that Autel had enforceable patents over some silly things like folding arms on drones, and Autel requested that DJI be stopped from importing products like the Mavic and the Mavic Air and the Mavic Mini, anything that had the similar kind of a arrangement that's covered by their patent. That they stopped importing them and that they were forced to cease selling any stock they had in America at the moment. We'll see where that goes. We see where that goes, because remember, patents are only a right to sue. And I don't know, I haven't followed it too closely, but a lot of people have emailed me and said, hey, look at this, DJI could be kicked out of America. I don't think they will be, but it will be interesting to find out. As for this whole thing about folding arms and that, well, I think I've got prior art. I've got quads here that I flew 10 years ago and their arms folded on impact. So I don't know, is that prior art or is it just bad flying? Who knows? So that's it for another Not So Weekly news. I'm out here. I'm finishing off my whiteboard video. Whiteboard's over there. I'm sitting here. Whiteboard's there. Whiteboard video on transistors and diodes, because I know you're going to love that one. Everyone's going to get all excited, and I've got a couple of follow-ups that I'm planning at the moment. So we'll get right into that, because with the winter, flying opportunities a little more limited here in the southern hemisphere. So when it's raining, when it's cold, when it's wet, I'm on the whiteboard. There you go. So in the meantime, thank you for watching. Thank you to my Patreon supporters for helping me keep this whole thing going. And if you've got a product that you think the world should know about, you can send it to me or send me an email, tell me about it, and I'll mention it in a Not So Weekly news. And if you want me to review it, I'll review it for you. And if it's really good, everybody will buy it. And you'll be very happy. And you'll just retire to a tax haven somewhere, probably. I don't know. But that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.